Alright guys, today I'm going to show you how to get started with KUMOSPACE, and the first thing we're going to do is create an account for that. We'll go to the signing section, and in this section we have three options to log in with email, Google or Microsoft. I'm going to choose Google, and now we've got our account set up. The next step would be to create a space. To create our workspace in KUMOSPACE, let's go to the Create Space section. Here we'll set different topics and specify how many people we want to allow in. Let's click Next. Now we enter our desired name and our role within this KUMOSPACE. We'll click Next again. Here it asks for our company name, then how many employees are in the company, what industry your company is in. Well, I know nothing about design, but let's put design. That was pretty cool. And what's our role? Well, freelance. Easy enough. They're basically collecting data on how we found this app. Let's go to Next. Here we could invite people right away by email or copy the link. But we'll click Invite Later. Here's some intro data. We'll just click Next through all of it. This shows KUMOSPACE's paid plan, but we're not interested as it's free to use. So we'll skip that, and it's created. Now we can go to our mic and camera settings. To connect our webcam to KUMOSPACE, simply click Join Space, enter our space, and here we can first set our name, choose our preferred camera and microphone. Note, in the top left, those list-like icons, make sure this is activated, okay? You can set it to work only when the app's open or always. Your choice, okay? But keep it open because if it's not activated, camera and mic won't work. There's a checkbox to skip this setup screen in future logins. Let's hit Join Space. Camera and mic are set, and we can enter our common space floors. To access our floor in the space, we'll simply have different floors available, okay? We'll enter the one we want or one our colleagues haven't mentioned. Remember, if your teammates have set access restrictions, you might not be able to enter without permission. Click Office to enter. You'll hear a beep when you enter, which sounds every time someone joins. Now you can chat with your colleagues. To fix the camera or mic error in KUMOSPACE, it can happen when you enter a space, like I'm doing now. I enter a space, and here I already have the camera set up, but maybe you've reset the values up here on the left, like I did once. I reset the values with the camera and mic off, and sometimes when you try to turn them back on, as I'm doing now, for some reason, you might not see the prompt that's appearing for me in the top left, which should normally pop up, asking if you want to reactivate the camera and microphone. If you do see the prompt, great. Just reactivate it, click Allow for both the camera and microphone, permit both, and you're all set. But it's possible that this prompt doesn't appear for you. In that case, you'd need to click the small icon that should appear up here. It would look like this. For example, you'd go into Camera Settings, Show Permission Details, Manage, and select the camera you'll use. Sites can request camera access. Make sure this option is enabled. Once enabled, you should see the camera permission prompt appear again at the top. See? For instance, if I turn the camera off and on in OBS, the message reappears. Do the same for the microphone. Show permission details, manage, select your preferred mic, enable, sites can request mic access, go back, turn mic off, then on again, and the permission prompt should reappear. Choose Allow while using site or allow this time as preferred, and that should fix it. To share your office or class with more users, go to Invite at the top. There are two ways to send invitations. First, invite a member via email who can access the lobby and edit settings, or invite a member who can't edit settings. You can invite them to the lobby to see all floors or to a specific floor. Links can be set to expire in an hour or never, depending on your needs. Click Generate Link, copy it, and send it to your colleague. Your colleague can then paste the link in their browser to join directly. In this case, I set it so they only see the floor and can adjust their camera, which we cover in another video. They click Join Space to enter. To chat in a space, we need to consider several factors. First, there's a radius around us where people can be heard through the microphone or proximity chat. The proximity chat, located on the left, only works within this radius. Additionally, there are separators like walls, doors, and glass that block sound and proximity chat. You might see someone who appears to be within your radius, but they're not because a wall is acting as a separator. Let me give you an example. Right now I have a good one. I'm on another account in this session to demonstrate proximity chat. You'll see me approach what seems to be within range, but I'm not, as the wall blocks sound. I should hear myself now, but I don't because I haven't entered yet. Watch as I enter the room. I've stepped out to avoid echo. This shows the mechanics of proximity chat. I'll mute myself and enter so you can see how it works. I'm outside now and you can see the proximity feature activating. The message was sent. Now when the other person enters their proximity chat, they won't see anything. Basically, I'm not sure about the radius, but if I get closer and type in the chat, as you can see here, the other person in this proximity chat will receive my message. Now imagine I don't want to approach, but want to message everyone in the room. To do that, I simply go to the public chat, type my message, and it reaches everyone. You can see from the other account that when I post, everything shows up. How do workspaces function in KUMOSPACE? Basically, within workspaces, we can create different floors. For example, here I've made one, but as you can see, you can add more floors. Adding floors is a paid feature, which we've explained in another video. We also have a public chat for everyone. You can invite people, as we've shown in another video on inviting colleagues, and you can adjust privacy settings in Manage Space and control who's in your space. The Google Spain interface works like this. From our lobby, we can access different floors. On our floor, we have 3 sections: bottom interface, right side, and left side for chat, which we can open and close. The chat is simple, just open and close. Let's start with the bottom interface. At the bottom, you can enable or disable your camera, microphone, and set your current status. You can set your status as available, away, or focused on a task or project. We can present in various ways. With the premium plan explained in another video, you can record the entire session. We also have the gallery, which would show here if we had all the people connected to the session. Right now it's just me, but if there were more people, they'd appear here. This pop-out option is really cool. It basically lets you keep this interface on the right side of your screen at all times, even if you switch to another Google tab. You'd still see this interface, so if someone joins the session and you want to mute, unmute, talk, turn your camera on or off or whatever, you can do it from here along with using emojis and stuff. If you want to close this option, just click the X and it's gone. Then you can go back to your session. On the right, we have an interface where you can customize your apartment as we showed in another video, view the entire floor plan and go to your house. Now I'll explain how to do that, which is also part of the interface, or how to recenter our character's position. We can move the camera up and down as we like, and as you can see, you click it and it centers again. So let's say I move around the floor and I want this to be my home, or this, for example, is my office and I want to quickly return here when I hit home, as it's a place I use often. Basically, I'd right click and select set home. Then even if I moved around this floor, let's say I went over here, if I want to return to my office, I just hit home and the character would automatically return without me pressing any other buttons. Another interface feature is that if I hover over my character, I can edit my profile right here, add a phone number, describe my job, and include other details that people might want to see. Besides people entering here, if there's someone else, you can click on them, view their profile, and copy their email if it's listed.
How do you change floors or return to the lobby in KUMOSPACE? It's quite simple.
To return to the lobby, or if you want to change floors within your lobby, you need to click on your lobby name at the top.
In my case, it's
Click it, and and you'll see the word lobby. Click that and you're back in the lobby. From here, if you had more floors, you could switch to and enter any of them. To configure our floor in Allo, we can see a settings option in the top right of each floor. Clicking it opens a taskbar with 4 options: edit floor, change template, make a copy, paid feature, and delete floor. Well, so more people can enter, right? We can choose different office templates as we prefer. The next option is copy as mentioned, and finally we can delete the floor. How do we customize our apartments in KUMOSPACE? Well, we can't customize from outside in the lobby. We need to enter the specific apartment. Once inside, go to the right one moment here on the right, okay? Where it says customize floor layout, click that and we have 3 functions, okay? Furniture for adding tables, rugs, and general decor. Rooms for adding floors to different rooms, adding pre-designed rooms, or adding walls and doors. Lastly, we have settings to change our apartment's name and adjust the audio range. This might be useful to shorten it, as explained in our chat video, or to increase hearing distance. From here, we can also change our apartment's template and increase its size using grids, as you can see me doing right now. Finally, we'd make changes, hit Save Changes, confirm, and you'll see the changes we just made. How do KUMOSPACE's different plans work? Well, we have a free plan that lets you register up to 5 members and use both desktop and mobile apps. You get fully customized spaces, basic chat, and a public space, okay? But note, you only get 1 space and 1 floor besides the public area. Then there's the business plan at €16 yearly or €20 monthly. Annually is better value. It includes all free features plus advanced options, great for businesses. You get chat channels and group direct messages, okay, between different members, unlimited chat history, floor recordings, and more. Got it? It constantly shows what's happening in that space. It analyzes the users who enter. You can have different floors for... It depends on your work or company sectors. It offers privacy and access control, plus built-in app support. Besides the €16 annual business plan, there's a company plan priced based on your company's specific needs, which you discuss with KUMOSPACE developers. This plan includes everything in the free business plan, plus single sign-on, custom domain, and a DSA agreement. Okay? If your company's interested, dedicated customer success too. All this is included in the top company plan, depending on what your company needs. You can discuss plan details further with KUMOSPACE. How to fix poor internet connection on KUMOSPACE? Well, as you can see here, I'll enter my space and you'll see it works perfectly for me. First, make sure you're not too far from your router, obviously. It might be the issue if Wi-Fi connection is weak, but as you see, everything works fine for me. If you have a LAN cable and connect it to your computer, even better, as it's much faster than Wi-Fi. Other tips: close all APIs you're not using and tabs that might be consuming bandwidth, which could slow down the application. Also, disable auto downloads if you have unnecessary ones using up bandwidth. Finally, if nothing works, try restarting your router and Wi-Fi. That should fix the issue and let you log in smoothly.